Hi everyone, my name's Anne Marie. Welcome to card making project 511. Woo! So in this episode we're going to make a gorgeous thank you card using our Anna Griffin goodies. And now new to us is the Basket Cut Emboss dies that were on recently when Anna was over. So we're also going to be using our gorgeous new feather papers as well. If you want a detailed list of everything that I have used, because I do get a lot of people messaging me saying, you know, what did you use here or what did you use there? Everything is always on the blog, so please be sure to check it out. If I can include item numbers and links, I will do. And just everything will be there. And I try to even add the inks that I use around the edges. So just have a look. There'll be extra photos on there as well of the projects, both inside and out if it's a card. If you want to contact me, please feel free. You can do on YouTube and I can get back to you. Also on Facebook, whether you want to send me a friend's request, please feel free. Send me a message, let me know if you've enjoyed it, if you've made something and what have you made. Show me a picture. You can always find me on Twitter and Instagram as well. Always feel free to share my projects. It's, you know, it's a blessing that if you do share them with your crafty friends. And, you know, thank you, I do appreciate it. So let's have a look at our project today. For this card we're going to be using the floral window embossing folder from the 3D ornamental collection. We're going to be using the sentiment stamps and dies. Now I know mine have been very well loved. I really like this set. These have all been available in the UK and I personally think this is such a versatile set. We're also going to be using the Basket Cut and Emboss dies. We're going to be using the bow die, we're going to be using the little hanger die, and we're going to be using this basket. So I hope that helps sort of show you what we're going to be using, because I know that you like to see that. Now we're going to start off with a 7x5 inch card, and it's an ivory card. This is where I've stamped it using one of the sentiment stamps, and it just says thank you, and I've stamped it 3 times at each side, and then I've inked it using just a pink plain distress ink pad. I've actually used St. Valentine's Stays On for the rubber stamping on the sides. So this is just an ivory card. I've got my handmade by stamp at the back. I've added my name so that if you're giving your card to somebody, they know who's made it for them. I'm using my bone folder, unlike the previous project where I nearly forgot to use it. So this is from the Anna Griffin tool collection, and I'm simply running it along the edge to make sure we've got a nice sharp crease. Now we're going to start for the inside, and we're going to make what's probably the simplest inside that we've ever made, but still just as pretty. I've taken a piece of ivory cardstock, I've tapped the ink pad around the edge, again it's the St. Valentine's Stays On ink, and I've stamped the words thank you at either side of the panel that I've created, and I must have created it about 3/4 of an inch smaller than the actual base card that was 7x5 inches. I've got flat tape on the back of it, and I'm simply going to position it through the centre of the card like that. Press it down, and then I've taken the bow die from the Basket Cut and Emboss set. I've used gold satin foil from Anna Griffin, and I've got flat tape on the back of it, and I'm simply going to add this just between the 2 thank yous. I'm going to press it down, and that is our insert complete. Now I think that is so classy and so simple, but look how elegant it looks. Now we can concentrate on the front of the card. Using my bone folder again, to make sure I've got a nice sharp crease still at the top, because I want it to stand up proud when it's finished and look professional. Now, the base of our cardstock, I'm not going to just cover it over because I've stamped the edges, but I'm going to take 2 pieces of pink metallic cardstock. Now, this could be scrap, it could be anything you have. It doesn't have to be a full sheet. It could be 2 pieces that you've had that you cut down. I've embossed it using the embossing folder, Floral Window, if I remember correctly. Yep, Floral Window. And what I've done is, where I've actually taken the 2 pieces of cardstock, I've simply positioned them over the design of where I want that section, and then because I'm just getting the edge of the design, that's perfect, because we've got something extra for the centre. I've got flat tape on these, and I'm going to just kind of put them towards the edge of the rubber stamping, like so. Now, they might need a trim, just so that the same size as the card. And I'm going to do the same with the other side, just butt it up to where the actual stamped word is the highest, so that's on the U. So I'm going to try and get them both identical, like that. And now you're thinking, oh, there's a big gap in the middle, Anne-Marie. There is, and I've taken one of the feather papers, and oh, what a pretty design this is. I've trimmed it along the edge and trimmed it to fit, and I've got 3D foam on the back, and I'm simply going to position this through the centre between our embossed design, like that. There we go. Just check it's nice and flush at the top, and that covers the centre. And that's what I mean about you could have used scrap, you see, because you're covering the edge, so it doesn't matter. So the feather design was trimmed following the pattern on the actual design. Next, I've taken some of Anna's gold cardstock, and I've added, I've cut around the actual basket die to make the shadow layer, sorry. And then I've die cut the satin foil. I can place this over our shadow layer like so. There we go. And press that down. There we go. Now you can see on the back I've made a little mess because I did it the wrong way around. I made, you know, a bit of a goof. But don't worry, because you don't see that. So it doesn't matter. You can make 1,000 goofs if you don't see them. But I just wasn't going to waste the cardstock. And I just thought, oh, you know what? You don't mind seeing my goofs. And so I can peel that away. Now I'm going to position it just kind of towards the bottom. I'm not going to press it down yet. And I think about there. And then I just want to add some of my flowers. And I want them half in, half out. And kind of hanging over the edge between the basket like that. And then I want one on the top like that, roughly maybe about there. And then, now I've taken the little hanger that you get, I don't know what you would call it, like the the ribbon that holds everything together. I've got flat tape in the middle of it. I've cut it out of gold satin cardstock, and I've got 3D foam on the back. And now I'm going to simply slot that behind the basket and then press that down, and now I can press everything down. There we go. I've got it all positioned, and then I've cut out the bow out of gold foil cardstock, and I've cut it out in the satin. Now on the back of the gold cardstock I've got 3D foam, and on the back of the satin I've just got flat tape, and I'm going to make just a shadow layer and just add it slightly to the bottom. So I'll do that up here. Add the satin just below the gold so it gives it an edge at the top like that. And then I can pop that over the top of the hanger for the basket, and that is our card finished. What a beautiful way to say thank you. The gorgeous flowers, the edging with our sentiment, something a little bit different. We match perfectly for the inside. We've got lots of room for you to be able to say your thank you message. It would work for so many different occasions. Great for get well, great for just, you know, thinking of you, sorry you're having a hard time, etc. Stands up nicely. And you know what? That will go pride of place on any mantelpiece because it's so unusual and so different. And I think the basket and the bow in the gold just makes it stand out even more. What a great card. And this is our finished card from today. And you can see the actual gold foil shining from that basket. And that's the inside. That is just such a classic design. And what a great thank you card. As I said before, you can change your sentiment if you wanted to put something different. And our Anna Griffin goodies just absolutely shine with that. Feel free to share it. Feel free to get in touch. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're enjoying seeing me. If you enjoy the set. I don't say that enough, do I? What do you think? We're seeing all our projects behind me, and it is nice to be able to see you and for you to see me, just for a change. So I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.